Hey guys, how's it going? It is Mike from Mike's Garage, and today I got another good one for you. Today I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on passing ASEs. I've taken ASEs for almost 6 years now, right around there, and basically ASEs are the main way to test an auto mechanic these days. Unless you're in a dealership, you can take your dealership certifications, like if you're in Ford, Chevy, Hyundai, Volvo, whatever. They all have their own certifications. If you're in an independent and you're wanting to test your skills or test your knowledge, ASEs are the best way to go. They prove that you know your shit. They prove that you know your theory of shit. I'm going to be very honest with you. I recently took heavy truck number 5, steering and suspension. I failed it. I passed every section besides one. The one section I didn't pass was fifth wheel trailers. I didn't know fifth wheel trailers would be on it. I need it for my fire truck certifications. I'm going to school here soon. They're not easy. ASE tests are hard. If you study and you take your time, they're going to be easy because you'll know the theory and kind of how the questions are asked and things like that. ASE tests, the way it was described to me, and I always thought this was pretty good, and basically in any answer, you're going to kind of have 2 right answers, but it's always going to be what one's more right. It's very weird how they ask questions sometimes, diagnostic questions and things like that. It can get a little rough. I mean, but if you take your time, you study a little bit before, you'll do good. And there are a few more tips that I have for you guys in this. And one more thing, just because you have ASEs doesn't make you a good mechanic. If you're out in the field still, bust your ass, work, make yourself a good mechanic, and just be proud to have your ASEs and be proud to be a good mechanic at the same time. You know, you still have to prove yourself. There's still a lot of things that you have to do in the automotive world just because I've known mechanics who had all their ASEs and are horrible. I've known guys who don't have any ASEs and are great. Me, since high school, I've just been a bad test taker, and ASEs just kind of come a little harder to me. I always need a little more preparation and a little more guidance, and that's about it. So I have my little sheet over here. If you're working in the automotive field, there are 9 ASEs you have. You only need 8 to become a master technician. 1 is engine repair, 2 is automotive transmission, 3 is manual transmission, 4 is suspension, 5 is brakes, 6 is electrical, 7 is HVAC, 8 is performance, engine performance, like diagnostics and things like that. 9 is diesel. To become an automotive master technician, you only need a 1 through a 8. And I also have my fire truck page at Fire Truck Mechanic on Instagram. So I'm going to go into the heavier ones too. The heavy ones are gas engines, diesel engines, drivetrains, brake suspension, brakes, steering and suspension, electrical, HVAC, and preventative maintenance. So just kind of so you know what numbers are what and what means what. There's 9 different tests or 8 different tests, and they all give you different certifications. I'm just going to go right into it and kind of tell you guys my top 5 tips, and you guys should be good to go. Alright guys, number 1 right off the bat, get a study book that has study guides and practice tests. It shouldn't even need to be on the list, but I know of so many guys who just go take the test without anything, fail, and then wonder why they failed because they only read a few practice questions online. The study books have so much information, theory, knowledge, specs, everything you're going to need that's going to be on the test is going to be in the book. There's no doubt about it. There are 2 books out right now. One is Delmar. The other one is Motor Age Training. I have both of them here. Delmar, this is off of the test that I just took, steering and suspension. Sadly, I did not pass it because I didn't study at all. I didn't do anything. We got a new newborn. I'm not making any excuses, but I just didn't do anything, and I thought I could pass it, but it is what it is. So, steering and suspension, this is Delmar. The Delmar books I like a lot better because they have 5 practice tests in every book, all with different questions. So, this right here is all theory. This is all practice tests. So you can tell how many more practice tests are in this compared to the Motor Age Training, which is a lot thinner to start off with. The Motor Age Training starts off with 1 practice test, and that's all you get. That's the practice test. That's all the theory. You get a lot more theory in the Motor Age, I think, but I always love practice tests. That's my way I start off studying. So usually I'm going to start off with the Delmar book to try to grasp to see what's really on the test and go from there. Number 2, take practice tests online, in the book, and everything like that. You can go to ASE.com. There's a website called test.com, and if you just search the internet, you will find so many practice tests for the regular ASEs. If you're looking for heavy or medium light duty trucks, unfortunately you're not going to find a lot. You'll find some on the ASE website, but not a lot anywhere else. But if you take a lot of practice tests online, you're going to see a lot of different questions too. And usually for the ASEs, they will explain to you why you got an answer wrong, if you got an answer wrong, or if you got it right and you still kind of don't know, they'll still explain to you why and how things work and just the theory behind everything. Because that's all these tests are. A lot of theory, a lot of customer states type things where you would kind of need to know something on the fly. Those practice tests are definitely going to help you. Alright guys, number 3, flashcards. Guys, I have so many flashcards. That's like an inch and a half thick. I have so many flashcards of just every section that I'm going to take a test on. I can make about 100 flashcards on. I have all new stacks right here for more tests coming up. Flashcards will save your ass. I did it as I was taught to do it in high school and things like that. Flashcards are going to be the best way to study. In the flashcards, I write little facts down like DVIR. What is that? You'll know that. You'll need to know that for heavy trucks. But DVIR, what does that mean? Driver vehicle inspection report is what it means. A vehicle always pulls most to the most positive camber and to the most negative caster. What is the minimum pressure that should be in an airbag, like for air suspension, which is 3 psi. But these you just want to write down little specs, little facts, little things that are going to make you think when you're in the test. And I bring these with me everywhere. If I'm if I'm dropping a kid, I got a son. If I'm dropping him off at the mom's house or coming to pick him up, I'm going to read these in the driveway before I go and pick him up. It's just something that I feel helps you study just that much more. And when you're done taking a practice test, my biggest thing, and this is so important, please, if this is the only thing, take this. When you're done taking a practice test, the answers you get wrong, write them on a flashcard, or at least the fact or the spec or whatever. Write it in a flashcard so you don't miss it next time. That's so important. Out of anything on this, write it in the flashcard. And first things first, before you even open the book and start reading through all the chapters and everything, read the study guides or the practice test, if you will. Read the practice test. Take the practice test. I don't care if there's 5, 10, 30, 1. Take the practice test. Then you'll really know what you don't understand and what you do understand, what you need to study more of and what you don't need to study more of. In the end, you want to read the whole book and get a good understanding, but you want to know what you don't understand the most is what you want to make your strong suit. That's my biggest thing out of all this. Alright guys, so number 4 coming up, study for 1 month before, 30 minutes a day, every time you study. That's going to give you the absolute best results I found. Like I said, my previous test, I didn't study at all, and I failed that one section. I didn't even have a clue that it was in the test at all. If I would have taken my time and studied, I would have known, and I would have been ready and passed the test. I feel like a month before is giving you an adequate amount of time, half an hour a day. That's enough time to learn all the theory, all the specs, all the practice questions, everything you need to know coming up before the test. That's, I feel, and if you read the books and things like that, you know, don't just go chapter, practice test. Like I said, take your practice test, find out what chapters you need to work on, and then work from there. Whatever's going to work best for you, but just make sure that it's going to be a month before, 30 minutes a day. Number 5, and this one I'm going to say is just as important than any other one of them, even though you guys are going to clown me and say this one's dumb. You guys have to have proper rest before going and taking these tests. These tests are confusing. They're going to try to trick you up on anything, and a rested mind is going to conquer all that. Have a proper amount of rest. The day, usually 2 days before, I drank nothing but water. Because water, brain functions on water. Water is the way to go. I eat a healthy dinner, just chicken and broccoli or something stupid like that, and a healthy breakfast. I don't stop at McDonald's, get something greasy, healthy, everything. Just the day before, make sure your body's running right, your brain's running right, and you're good to go. But guys, besides all that, that is the end of the video. Top 5 tips. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Fire Truck Mechanic. If you guys love what I'm doing, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you hate what I'm doing, do the same again. But just don't come back. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, thank you guys very much. I appreciate everything all y'all are doing for me, and we will see y'all on the next one.